How's it going, Capricorn community? Soul Tigress here with a special story for this wonderful frequency. So first off, let me say thank you for your time, your energy, and your patience as I navigate this story between the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, and everything in between. Keep in mind that this is a space where we call in the angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy to come on in and be the guides and protectors for all the positive messages that are going to come out. Now, with that being said, I'm going to be upfront with y'all. This is not Love Tarot. This channel is geared around self-empowerment. And what that means to me is us building stepping stones to get closer to our soul being, which helps align us with a higher power. So, Capricorn, let's talk about the vibe here. It's a lot. It is a lot. And I want to confirm to you that you have not been forgotten. You haven't. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing that the divine shows me that there's anything wrong with you that you feel like why people are withholding their love from you. So the first thing that came in was, I believe it's the Black Eyed Peas song lyrics. And the exact lyrics were, and I quote, "Where is the love? Feeling left out from blessings, not understanding why. When all the smoke clears and the haze clears from life's chaos, why you are always standing alone. Upset because you feel like you could do the most for the world, but the world won't do the most for you. It seems like you lead your love through expectations, hoping that somebody will give you what you really want. And that is love. That unconditional love between family, friends, work, relationships. Now, have you ever heard that country song with the lyrics, looking for love in all the wrong places? I think it also goes, looking for love in so many faces, end quote. Let's take a step back and ponder this for a moment. What you want and expect is for something that somebody will give you, right? Did you know that a good portion of humanity doesn't even know how to love themselves? And that's the damn truth right there. How can you expect something from somebody else who doesn't even have it for themselves? The seed of love you must plant within yourself, learning how to cultivate this feeling for yourself is the first and the biggest step. Watch. When you start to do that, watch how things will change for you from there, from doing that work, from learning how to give yourself the love that you wish others would give you. It's one of the biggest steps in life, Capricorn. Don't feel like you're being picked on. You're not being picked on. This is everybody right here. Everybody got to go through this lesson if they choose to. I mean, you are more than welcome. Anybody's more than welcome to go chase love from people. But again, the biggest thing that came in from the divine is, how can you expect something from somebody who can't even give it to themselves? When you're running through the hard times with certain people, certain relationships, start to think about that. Start to just ponder it. I'm not asking you to point a finger and be like, well, you don't even love yourself, so how can you love me, kind of thing. No, I want you to sit back and just think about it. Think about what you're expecting. Think about what you're wanting. and how sometimes people can't give it because they themselves don't know it. I feel like this is going to be a good one right here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's get started with the introduction. Capricorn, ancestors, angels, spirit guides. What needs to come out for this introduction for the Capricorn frequency? Goddess of the moon. Moon is a lot of feminine energy. When feminine energy is going good, it's balance, it's compassion, acceptance, kindness, and mercy. There's something here you need to be kind with yourself about. Could it have to do with connections, partnerships, relationships with friends, co-workers, lovers, family members, and how they weren't supportive, how it doesn't even seem like they hang on to you. Yeah, look at that. Community. Oh, it's in the vibes today. Woo, woo, woo. That is the hardest thing, Capricorn. I think we've talked about the community you've been surrounded by in a few stories, maybe about 3-4 months ago. I know it was really coming up. And it was talking about even in some of your community, it could even be 3 months ago, 2 months ago, that you had people in your community that were also targeting you. They weren't there to celebrate you. They was there to try and bring you kind of down because they're jealous of what you got. And if you're still flocking with these ones, then that's still what's happening. But you're looking for something in others. And these others, they can't give it to you. They cannot give it to you. There ain't nothing on them. It's their own life journey. It's their own struggle. A lot of people struggle with love. And what we have here is the garden and the gate. Now this one comes out in reverse. You don't feel like something's for you. Yep, see, we have victory in reverse. Could be healthy relationships. Could be having a happy family. What I'm hearing to tell you directly is it is for you. It's there. It's always been there. But you don't know how to see it. You don't know how to feel it. You don't know this type of wealth. And that was something, honestly, I've been pondering on even this morning. We have a lot of ways of how we view wealth. And for people who don't go within and do like internal work, healing and stuff like that, they seem to find that a lot of their wealth comes in material goods. But the most bountiful wealth is something that money can't buy. You can buy you a material good all day long and it can make you happy for a moment, but it won't bring you that inner peace that self-love will bring. That's the truth. That is the truth right there. Honestly, I was pondering about self-love and all that this morning and seeing how my temperament, how I look out at life, even how I go about my days, even now how I'm aligning more with the appreciation frequency. And that all comes in steps as you learn how to love yourself. First, you love yourself on that superficial level, and then you start to discover other levels to self-love that go even way deeper. Now you get into those deep parts, that's that really, really good healing that happens. That's that life-changing healing that can happen. So I'm hearing one more card. What is the last card here? Last card falls onto the happy family under this community. Oh, I love this. I love this because we talked about that healing. So we have the 6th chakra archangel Metatron. This angel represents the energy of always being like the recorder. They record all of our life moments. But the great fun fact about this archangel is they were merely a mortal like you and I. They had ascended to the angelic realm. Remember, was born a mortal person, then became an archangel in their lifetime. So this is talking about the ascension for yourself. You will find a higher up kind of feeling about things. And I don't mean in the sense where you're looking down upon people. No, a higher up sense where you're uniting. You are bringing yourself together with a spiritual connection. Filling yourself with enlightenment. Opening up to the enlightenment with the divine. But it comes at the expense of learning how to love yourself. So we on the 777 here. Spiritual awakening. You have listened and it's time to reap the rewards. And sometimes the reward is seeing another way to go. Opening that door of opportunity to something else. You're right here. You're right here. It's knocking. Are you going to let it in? That's up to you. That is totally up to you, Capricorn. So let's go ahead and take a dive into the present. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides. Divine and universal energy. What wants to be expressed in the present here for Capricorn? Queen of Swords. I feel like you're worried about others' opinions. I feel like your Queen of Swords energy, this is your defensive energy. This is the energy that you encase yourself in so that others can't really hurt you, even though it hurts every time they can't give you that love you're looking for. So with this Queen of Swords energy, you could be quick to cut a person off, quick to react to things, quick to, basically what I get is I see this Queen of Swords with her sword at somebody before somebody can do it to her type of energy. So you're quick to jump up and try and protect yourself real quick before anybody else can come and try and hurt you, kind of thing. You're quick to jump at something. Ooh. Nine of Pentacles. That one's a little confusing here. Nine of Pentacles, we're starting to reap the rewards that we've worked on. And as you see, this is in the confused position here. You definitely see yourself as taking care of things. This is something that is also seen on other realms, I get. But it's something also that you need to see as well. This is a very independent card, and I'm being led to talk about this as an independent card. Somebody who works really hard for the things that they have, to hold on to the things that they have, to maintain the things that they have. And this is something that I feel like you don't see in a sense. I don't know if you just feel like it's a given that all this stuff happens because, you know, you've worked for it and it's just meh, you know, because it's not what you are really looking for. But I feel like this is something that you need to step into, is seeing what you really show up with. Because you show up with a lot. You show up all fitted up. Look at that. All fitted up, taken care of, you can provide for yourself type of thing. You could even reach up and say, give a little something to somebody else, you know, to help them out. Capricorns are known to work really, really hard. Don't forget that. You work hard for the things that you have. You work hard for the relationships that you have, the businesses that you work for. Yeah, look at that. The Ten of Pentacles. But there's something here that you're not getting to, because this Ten of Pentacles falls under the caring connection in reverse and under the victory in reverse. Those caring connections, that victory, that love that you're looking for from others is what's making you feel like you don't have all of your success yet, or even all the stability that you're looking for. Something we're not seeing is you don't know which way to go. You don't know how to feel about things. You don't even know how to look at certain things when it comes to dealing with others. These others, they could be coming in. They definitely focus on you. They try and bring something in, but you're expecting something more out of what this one could give. The prince, I like to call the page. The princess is the knight in this deck for me. So this prince here is, you know, they're not ready. They're not ready for a fight. They look like they're not sure what the hell they want to do. Almost looks like he's going to take a step back and go the other way. This person is not up for a fight. This person, to me, doesn't give that energy of commitment here, especially in the reverse. They don't give that commitment, but they steady watching what you doing, watching where you're going, watching whatever. You know, this person could be like one of those people, what I get is like, who will stick a toe in the water, but that's about it. That's all they're going to give you. That's what I get. Maybe you've been surrounded by energies like that who, you know, you'll see them, they'll see you, but they ain't going to do nothing much. They ain't going to rise up to the challenges. They ain't going to help defend your kingdom. They're not going to take care of business with you, type of thing like you would want. And this is something that goes back and forth in your mind. You don't know how to feel about energy like this. They're there, they're showing up, they're around, they see me, but yet they don't want to do much. And then here we go with the moon. The moon energy, I take it to represent two different signs. That's going to be our Piscean, because the moon card represents Piscean, which is I believe. But the moon planet represents Capricorn, which is I feel. You're stuck between something. You need to put an end to something in order to have something come in. Or maybe you need to start something different to put an end to something. That could be it. Starting to take care of yourself, starting to love yourself, starting to see what you do and seeing your success, seeing how much love that you have given, seeing the raw truth about things, filling out what you want to believe. If you want to believe this is all you get, this is what you will get. But if you want to believe in something more and you're willing to put the work towards it, then you will find success in that as well. Remember, we become good at the things that we practice. So if you practice putting up with people's bullshit, if you've practiced being patient, if you practice looking the other way, look at that. That could be why that's really what you're good at. That's why this other one could be so wishy-washy, or these other energies could be so wishy-washy with you, because you've gotten good at looking the other way on some stuff. And sometimes we look the other way because facing the truth, having to let go of something, someone, really makes us question our value, especially when we're seeking love from others, when we feel like our greatest love comes from others. Alright, so another card that we're not seeing here, Two of Pentacles. In reverse, you don't feel like you have a choice. None of this feels like a choice. How they treat you doesn't feel like a choice. What you get from these others doesn't feel like a choice. Well, you're right. You cannot... Let me just be real with you, Capricorn. You could sit here and do the most for whoever. If they don't got that love for themselves, they can't love you like that. They can't. No matter how much you sacrifice, no matter how much you do, It won't change their love for you or what they're giving you. Why? Because they're not evolved on that level for what you're looking for. You have to consider that. I mean, because you got yourself in a spot where you feel like this is all you get. You just get breadcrumbed when it comes to the department of love. But it's that belief. It's that not seeing yourself. It's that not opening the gate to seeing, your blessings, your bounties that you've created, that keeps you wanting to let other people in to open these gates for you. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful with that. You have choices. You have choices, but sometimes those choices means you have to pick yourself over others. That's a really, really big one right there. We have 2 cards we're not seeing here. Yeah, when I talk about you have to pick yourself over others, then we have another prince come in with an immature offering. Then we have the 8 of Swords. I mean, something you don't see is this dependence. This dependence on somebody offering you something to get you out of something. It could get you out of your head about how you feel about yourself. Again, that reconfirming your value and basing your value off of how other people feel about you. You just feel like, hey, if you were to come in with at least some kind of emotional offering, some kind of message, some kind of affirming kind of words I'm hearing, just reconfirming things, letting you know it's there, then that will get you out of, this headache of not knowing, this headache of overthinking, this headache of thinking that there's something wrong with you. No, that's not the case. That is not the case. Whoever this is, they're too mature. They're too mature. Even when you put them in the upright, they're too, I say mature? Immature. Immature. They're too immature, whoever this is, because you're coming in as somebody established. And whoever this person is, they're really immature. Especially when it comes to their cognitive stuff, their intellectual stuff, the things that they do. It's very immature. This is not a grown person who's doing grown stuff here. And again, when you try and want to see them in the positive light, see them for what you need them to do, which will help get you out of here, they're still immature. You know deep down that all you're going to get is immaturity from here, that they could only give you so much, and then it's not even a full grown type of thing. But you over here being full grown with handling business. Let's see what else wants to come out. Then we have, oh, look at this. Then we have the love card here. Lovers, Venus, in reverse. And that landed upon, look at that, 2 of Cups. So the lovers can talk about, finding a good partnership, but it can also talk about not having the great partnerships, not having great investments, not being able to go towards something that is well aligned with you type of energy. And I don't think you see this. I don't even know if you feel this, Capricorn. But this is being brought in to basically show you really bluntly, really plain, that a lot of the partnerships that you've had in this past where you're expecting something, it's not given. It hasn't been given. It won't be given because you're expecting this. You're expecting this goober of a mofo, whoever this is, person, place, or thing, because we can have certain businesses that are very immature, but you're expecting it to be something like this, grown, who can meet you evenly, who's going to reach for the things that you're reaching, who's aligned in your energy, aligned with where you want to go, aligned with the things that you want to do. But again, this goober can't do it. They can't do it. They're too immature. They're too about them. They're too about, it could be even what they hold on to, which could be a specific habit. This person, it takes work to see you past whatever they're holding on to. I could definitely tell you that. This is why you struggle with them, to actually see you, Capricorn. This is hard. I mean, it's really hard. We do go through situations like this. We really, really do. And this is where we learn about ourselves. We learn how to love ourselves. We learn what we deserve, type of thing. And this one, I'm not gonna lie, if you part from this type of energy and go on this journey with yourself, it's gonna hurt at first. It's gonna hurt at first because it's gonna be really emotional. And Capricorns usually try and get away from the emotions type of thing. But you forget, Capricorn, a lot of times Capricorns are depicted as just being a whole goat. No, you're half goat with a fish tail. There is abilities that you have that you can align with once you learn how to navigate your emotional side to yourself. But that doesn't come in until you start to open up to that other side to you. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm kind of being led to just go to this block here because we're talking a lot about whoever this is. It could be a repeating energy that you keep finding around, or it could be a specific person, place, or thing. But I mean, this is being brought up because you've been asking why me? Why is this happening? Why does this always happen? Why can't I get what I want, what I need, what I expect from this one? And you know, it's being spilt out here right now to let you know that you're not abandoned. Even though this one can't come in, you know, even though even in the past you felt like you couldn't get what you really wanted from others, this is being put out here because there is a healing journey that you need to take with yourself. It can't be taken with anybody else but with yourself, Capricorn. So, angels of protection, please help keep us safe as we navigate the block here and the Capricorn frequency. What is it about this block? Oh, y'all seen that right away. The devil card comes out. Capricorns, that's a card for you. The devil. Attachments that make you weak. These attachments. This Queen of Coins. This Queen of Coins has popped out quite a few times in this shuffle. Queen of Coins in reverse. I feel like this really depicts how you're taking things out on yourself. I mean, you could see yourself getting really emotional and running to something to try and numb the emotions. You know, this is something that, who was it? Taurus was facing as well, with a lot of them trying to numb their emotions. Now, Virgo, the other earth sign, was having to, believe in themselves type of thing. Seeing that where they're at, that frequency, trying to hang on to somebody they really care about, trying to save them, was going to be their biggest undoing because that person didn't want to be saved. So there's something here going on with the earth signs this time around. And a lot of it has to do with you stepping out of trying to save the community and working on yourself again, because you can't save people who don't want to be saved. And what's happening here is you're getting frustrated and you're trying to reach for things to help numb the feelings of not feeling like you're adequate, not feeling like you're enough, kind of thing. So I'm led to flip this one first. This one falls onto our queen. Here we go, King of Cups. King of Cups, that falls on the Page of Cups. And then look, we have the Page of Cups that comes out. And the Wands. I think you're really worried about how others think with this too. The Page of Cups coming out and the Six of Wands. I don't know if it's because you invested so much time in a particular person that you are really worried about others if it comes to dismantling this, if it comes to actually letting this go. For some reason, I don't know if you're worried about others coming in on them, because you're really focused on these others. So I'm going to take this Page of Cups now to you. But what you don't see possible with this person, deep down, and this is why it's a block for you, because you're not going through your emotions. But what you don't see with this person is they're not going to be this mature energy. They're not going to rise up for you. As much as you want to hold on to the perspective, the probability of what could happen, what you see in them, I don't feel like it is going to happen. I feel like that's in a totally different direction. And you really can't open up to this. Your emotional side to you is actually very smart. It's very intuitive. I see that. I really see that. Three of Wands. Yeah. Confused on what your world's gonna be like, you know, if you were to actually let this all go. Confused on how much you're gonna lose out on as well. You're trying to keep a hold of things. That's the biggest mission. Can I keep a hold as much as I can? And it has to do with somebody who doesn't take care of business. Yeah, be careful with that. Because then imagine what I'm being given as a vision. So imagine that you are walking through the desert and somehow you ended up there. You got whoever this person is there with you, this immature person. And so you're putting in the effort. You're reading the map. You know where you got to go. You're putting in this effort. And you know, say you got to track 5 miles east to get to the oasis. To get to where there's water. To get to where there's food. All you got to do is go 5 miles to the east. So you get going. And a mile into this, whoever this person is, they stop. They can't walk anymore. Why can't they walk anymore? Because they say it's too hard. Why is it too hard? Because they just don't want to do it. So what do? They sit down instead. So what do? Well, you care about this person. You're expecting this person to do for you like you do for them. So you sit and you wait with them. 2 hours go by. 3 hours go by. You know if you don't get your butt going, you're not going to make it before the night falls. And if you know anything about deserts, they're really cold at night. So what do? You try and get this person up, but they're saying, oh, I got shin splints. Oh, my foot, it just don't feel right. I don't think I can. Or just plain and simple, I don't want to do it. So what do? Well, because you want to hang on to this person and you're holding on to who they could be, what they can be, the things that they can do, you build them a little sleigh. And you tell them, okay, sit here on this and I'll pull you. So now you're walking through this desert with an able body basically almost on your back, dragging it through this desert to try and get to where you need to be in order to survive. And this lump of shit, I'll just say it, this lump, excuse my language, this lump of shit on the sleigh ain't doing shit but just laying there like a pile of shit, expecting you to do all the work. What would you do in that situation, Capricorn? Are you going to keep dragging them for the next 3 miles? Or are you going to say, enough is enough? And you're going to drop that sleigh, you're going to take them off your back, and you're just going to let it go. And you're going to sit here and you're going to give them a choice. Either you rise up, you get it together, or you sit here because I'm no longer going to drag your butt to success, to what we need, to where I want to go. If you want to come along, you can come along. But if not, then bye. Nice to know ya. Deuces. But the hardest thing is actually keeping that. Are you going to sit back down with them? Are you going to walk 10 steps ahead but just turn around just to walk back to sit back with them and wait and wait and wait? This is kind of what self-love is here. You have to make choices when people are dragging you down, when people are making things harder on you. You have to figure out, do I love them more or do I love myself more to get to where I need to be, to get to the place that I'm going to be able to take care of myself? That's something you got to ask yourself. If you like that metaphor, go ahead and give a shout out to the divine, your guiding energies, the angels, and your ancestors, because they just boop, drop that right in for you. But I like that. That was a good one. But really, you got to think about it. How far do you want to drag this person's butt even though they're an able body? It doesn't make sense, does it? They like to play a lot of tricks, I feel like. Now here comes this Queen of Swords. One thing that you're blocked from is actually giving this person a piece of your mind somehow. I don't see why you would be confused on that. Be confused on calling them out. Maybe it's time that you stop calling them out. Maybe that's the problem. Is you keep going over there and you keep trying to talk to them. You keep trying to give them motivation. The only person who can truly give you motivation is yourself. You can listen to motivational videos all day long, but if you don't give yourself permission to have motivation, you ain't gonna do nothing. And see, you don't know how to think about this. You don't know how to feel about this. You don't even understand why this isn't working out with this contract, with this person that you put yourself in. Which keeps you stuck, which keeps you lost. When it comes to thinking about what you deserve, what love is actually, and if it's actually possible for you, if it's something that you deserve, if it's something that's in your future. It's amazing how one person, one place, one thing can really make us question so much about ourselves. This is what's happening here. This person also, their energy, what I'm hearing is could be dragging you down to where you're questioning other relationships. And as I say that, look at that. The Judgment card falls out onto this Four of Coins, the things that you're thinking, or the things that you're holding on to, trying to hold on to. Also, this Emperor who doesn't take care of things in reverse. I don't know. If you didn't have an energy within your immediate that wasn't always making you feel like shit, do you think that you would feel less shitty about yourself in a sense? This is no offense. No. I'm just relaying what I'm being told to relay, asking the questions that I'm supposed to ask, and I'm being raw because I'm being asked to be raw. There's somebody here And I'm having a hard time speaking because it feels like my tongue is swollen now. But there's somebody here, there's a Capricorn here who holds back how they really feel about things. And it's to sit here and kind of keep this one going along with them. If I hold back what I really feel, then they're going to keep coming, kind of thing. But the whole thing is you're holding yourself back from yourself and from your true authentic feelings, your true authentic ways of wanting to go, your true authentic goals that you have here in your heart. Keep that in mind too. You hold yourself back, you know, you're not doing yourself any favors. Honestly, you're doing a favor for them, but you're not doing any favors for yourself. And you have to be careful, because that starts to tread on if you love somebody more than you love somebody, or yeah, let me rephrase that. What that energy does is it starts to tread on the line of loving somebody more than you love yourself. And you have to be careful with that. Very, very careful. What we have is a Four of Swords energy that lands on this Emperor. I'm sorry to tell you, whatever you're looking for from this other's not going to do it. This person's going to stay asleep to the things that they need to get done, the ways that they need to show up. And I don't think this person is really bothered by it. Honestly, you're more bothered, and you're the one who's trying to do the most to hang on to the most. But whatever this is, they're not bothered by it. They literally sleeping on the job when it comes to coming in and trying to give you that equal kind of share, trying to see you and see what you're going, see where you want to go, you know, and working on a partnership to where you guys can develop some stuff together, working together, offering, bringing in with the equal offering as well. This person ain't gonna do it. They asleep to that type of energy. You have to understand that this person is the furthest thing from their mind. It's, you know, the only thing that they really focus on is whatever they're holding on to, whatever it is that they put before even themselves. You got to remember, their love is for something particular. It could be a coping mechanism, it could be a specific type of object, it's something specific, because like I said, they put it before themselves too. So whatever it is, they would take care of whatever that is, or do whatever it is, invest in whatever it is to get to that, opposed to, say, investing in a bar of soap for themselves. Oh my goodness, that's true. That is true. That is true. Don't sit here and think that there aren't people out there like that. That is true. And we get sucked up into these cycles with these people trying to save somebody because we really care about them. You can't save somebody who doesn't want to be saved. You can't save somebody who's happy with what they're doing. This person's happy. They happy with what they got. They happy because guess what? If they don't have to take care of you, that means all their focus could go on that one thing that they're putting before themselves. All right, so this person can't even put themselves first when it comes to taking care of themselves. They put that thing first. So expecting them to try and put you before that thing, even though they put that thing before them, that's not gonna happen. That is not gonna happen. And I'm hearing that is your confirmation right here, right now. That's your confirmation. All I know is you have an ancestor who's like really, really, really upset about the bullshit. And that's what happened with the Virgo as well. They had an ancestor come in that is absolutely furious at what they're going through, where they keep keeping themselves trapped. You know, we think that we get abandoned. We think that we can't have anyone around us that's caring for us because we get trapped in these relationships in the 3D like this. But then because we are so unaligned with our guiding energies, we start to feel abandoned in other ways. And every time you choose this person over yourself, you're technically abandoning yourself. Now, this could be why you have such a big feeling around abandonment. A big issue about abandonment is because, again, it's something that's been practiced. It's something that's been practiced by yourself, but it's something also that's been practiced by others onto you. So again, the first step here to healing is you have to stop abandoning yourself. You have to start loving yourself. You have to start giving yourself all what you want to give this other. Forget this other, whatever it is. It starts with you. All right, so we made it to the conclusion. Thank you so much. So, divine and universal energy. What is it that needs to come out for the conclusion? You know what's neat is I have 1, 2, 3, I think it's 4 hearts out that I brought, and all my hearts are located by my candles here, and this shoots off to what I depict as always my earthy heart. This is a gift that somebody very special gave me. So this one falls to this very earthly heart. So getting into the stability of this, grounding yourself out in this message here. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. See how that's the one thing that you're seeking, and that's the first thing that comes out. But it starts within you. You got to stop asking for these people to give it to you. Stop expecting these people to give it to you. And it starts with yourself. Tuning into that yourself. Whoever this is, what I get is you don't have to be mean. You don't have to slam the door on them once you come to healing yourself. But it's something that you can say, all right, I'm done. I did this. I tried. And you know what? I'm proud. I'm proud that I could care about somebody so much and care about a future that I was dreaming about and hoping that this one would be in there. I worked hard for that. That shows you your level of dedication. That shows you the level of love that you have for others. That is a beautiful thing. Don't get tripped up because this other one couldn't return it to you. That does not have anything to do with you. That's all on them. What else needs to come out? Let's see. I am the dreamer of my dream. What are you dreaming about? Are you dreaming about somebody who can't show up for you? Or are you dreaming about somebody that could show up for themselves? What happens if you got to be that first person, though? There's a stream of love supporting my dreams. Oh, sometimes we don't believe it, especially when we're going through the thick of it, especially when we're not getting what we were hoping others would give us. And when we reach those dead ends, we feel like our dreams have been casted to the side and they are no longer possible. What it is it's like almost the 12th house Piscean energy. It's being able to close the door to something so that you can open the door to something else. Endings hurt, but they create new beginnings. And this is what the new moon, full moon energy is all about this time around, with the new moon in Gemini and the full moon, which was just in Sagittarius. Gemini talks about how we communicate, how we think. And then the full moon in Sagittarius talks about searching for meaning, becoming a healer, becoming the philosopher, understanding that through the moves that we make, we're also going to be able to teach others. And that is one of the biggest things for us when it comes to our path purpose, is leading the example of change for others, showing others that it is possible. This other could be somebody in your family, it could be a coworker, it could be a child, it could be a parent, it could be so many different people in your life that you meet. But once you run into this lesson and you learn it, then you're able to teach others from it. So what we have here is there's nothing sexier than my authentic truth. Ooh-wee. I feel like with this person who's asleep a lot, who doesn't want to handle things, I feel like you can't be your true self around them. You always have to kind of change yourself up, change up what you're doing, change up even how you want to speak, to appeal more to them. See, and that's you abandoning yourself, that's you toning yourself down to try and appease this one, to get this one to get up and move with you. But again, you toning yourself down, you can't even be the real you. Wouldn't you want to be surrounded by people who love you, who love that authentic side to you that you have, who don't sit here and tell you you need to hold yourself back just for them to be around you? You have to understand your authentic self is sexy. It's attractive. And once you get in it, you're going to have a block up to the people who don't belong, or you're going to have this natural protection for people who just want to bring in bullshit. That's just what's going to happen. Your energy is going to smell it, and these people are going to feel that they're not going to be able to penetrate your energy with bullshit. And what is going to happen is you're going to go on this higher vibration. Like I said, it changes up your energy a little bit, and you're going to start to attract people who are on that vibration, who find the authentic self to be really attractive. You have to try it out. It actually does happen, but you have to change up that vibration about yourself. When we stick in these lower vibrations, we're going to attract lower vibing people as well. So another card we have here is I honor how I feel. And that's going to help support. There's a stream of love supporting my dreams. Remember, Capricorn, one of the missions for this lesson is to go within and see how you're feeling. Feel how you're feeling. Don't numb yourself to how you're feeling, because how you're feeling is you, is your authentic you, is that inner being trying to be truthful with you. All right, so we have one last card here. Ooh, 3 last cards. I like how that did that. All right, so our 3 last cards here for this story is when I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. Oh, I told you haven't been abandoned. Nobody technically gets abandoned by the divine. The divine is always there, even when you've committed heinous acts. We do have punishment here in the 3D, but with the divine, you have a very particular relationship. We all have a particular relationship with the divine because we each have a seed of the divine within us. So just know, even though you haven't been doing whatever, you haven't been doing your prayers, you haven't been acknowledging the divine, you haven't been, practicing certain things so that you can align with the divine, just know that it's there. And when you're ready for it, it will be there still. It's waiting. It's always waiting. But you have to open up. You have to reach out. You're not looking for a hand out. With the divine, it's a hand up type of energy. It's not going to give you a handout, but it will help pick you up. But that's if you open the door to allow it. Something else we have is in every moment the universe is conspiring to bring me towards right-minded thinking and the energy of love. That's what a lot of this is. A lot of this stuff that we go through is a test, a trial, or a lesson to see if how much we want to really achieve what we're putting out there, what we're really dreaming. And a lot of it is coming back to ourselves, learning how to love ourselves, learning how to take care of ourselves, learning how to believe in ourselves. And that's all aligned in love, light, and compassion. And the last card you're not seeing and that you're at a little odds ends with is I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. I don't know if I've mentioned this with Capricorn. I know I've mentioned it maybe on a few other stories, but I feel like this is one of our missions here, is to be able to get back to the divine, is to be able to align with that energy. In this dimension, I feel like we're given so much distractions, so many things that unalign us, because that is the name of the game, is for us to get back, for us to figure out where we want to be. Do we want to be in misery, or do we want to be in the light of love? And it comes down to perspectives a lot of times. It comes down to being able to switch jealousy and envy for appreciation and gratefulness. Even when you feel like you're not, even outside looking into others, it would seem like you don't have that much. But if they could be within you, they would feel the wealth that you have. And again, a lot of wealth can be built in different ways. For people who are shallow, for people who can be very superficial, not everybody, but for those ones, they find their wealth in material goods. That's how they calculate their value, or they can calculate their value through how people see and think of them and talk about them. But the biggest wealth you can build is going on that journey with yourself, with the divine, learning how to love yourself, learning how to stand in this inner peace within yourself, knowing that you can take care of you, that you are the love that you've always needed. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Capricorn, for sharing your time, your energy, and your patience. And don't forget to thank your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy for hopping in all this and bringing out all these positive messages. And Capricorn, I hope that you have a most wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.